Good morning. This is Dan Larson, and this is today's Quiet Echo. A man came to see me a while ago. A good man, the kind everyone in town leans on without thinking twice about it. He coaches the boys. He shows up early. He is always the first to lift the heavy end of anything heavy. He sat down across from me, and for a long time he did not say very much. He turned his hat in his hands, and then finally he told me he had not been all right for a long time. And he told me this was the first time he had ever said it out loud to anyone. I have sat in this chair across from a great many people through a great many years. This morning on the Sunday we set aside for fathers, I want to talk about the fathers. A father learns very early what he is supposed to be: steady, strong, the one who carries things, not the one who needs carrying. He is meant to be the roof, not the person sheltering under it. We hand him this role with love, and he takes it up with love. But somewhere in the taking up of it, he learns a quiet lesson nobody ever meant to teach him. He learns a father does not get to fall apart. So he doesn't. He keeps the job he cannot stand because the family needs it. He lies awake at night with the bills and says nothing about it at breakfast. He carries a worry or a grief or a low gray weight he cannot even put a name to, and he carries it the only way he was ever taught to carry anything, which is alone. I have known 100 of these men. The one who lost his job and put on his work clothes every morning for 3 weeks so his children would not be frightened. The one who wept in the hospital parking lot where no one could see him and then walked back inside steady. The one who carried his own father's silence straight into his own fathering because no one had ever shown him another way to do it. Not one of them would have used the word depression. Most of them would have said it was nothing at all. They simply got up in the morning and did the next thing and then the next and told everyone they were just fine. And here is the hard part of it. Every single one of those men was loved. Every one of them had people at home who would have done anything for him if only they had known. The trouble was never a lack of love. The trouble was he had gotten so good at carrying it, no one could see the weight. Here is something the cards in the store this week are not going to tell you. About 1 in 10 new fathers falls into a real depression in the first year of his child's life. 1 in 10. And while we have learned, and rightly so, to watch tenderly after a new mother, almost no one thinks to turn and ask the father. No one screens him. No one sits him down and says, "How are you doing, really?" The question is simply never put to him, and so he never even finds out he was allowed to answer it. Now, I am not a doctor. I cannot tell you what is happening inside the heart of any one particular man. But I have learned something across all these years in this chair. The one who looks the most solid is very often the one who is carrying the most. And the distance between the word fine and the actual truth can be a long and lonely country. One a man can spend years crossing entirely by himself. It does not need to be this way. There is no shame in it. None. Let me say it again, because a man needs to hear it more than once. There is no shame in being a person who needs help. The strength was never in carrying it all alone. The strength is in being honest enough to let someone help you carry it. A strong man who finally admits he is struggling has not stopped being strong. He has just done the bravest thing a strong man can do. I think of the Garden of Gethsemane, the hardest night there has ever been. And even he who could have carried it all alone, even he turned to his friends and asked them to stay awake and to watch with him. He did not want to be alone in it. And I think if the Lord himself wanted his friends near him in his worst hour, then surely no father in Cedar Valley needs to face his own worst hour in silence. So this is my Father's Day word to you, and it runs in 2 directions. If there is a father in your life, do not only thank him this Sunday. Sit down beside him. Ask him how he is really doing. And when he tells you he is fine, because he will not simply take it and move along, stay there a moment longer. Let the quiet sit, and then ask him again. Not as a doctor, not even as a worry, just ask, the same gentle way you would have wanted someone to ask you on the night you were not fine and could not find the words to say so. And if you are the father listening to this and you have not been all right, hear me. It is not a failure to say so. It is not weak, and it is not a heavy burden you are setting down on the people who love you. It is the thing they have been hoping you would finally let them carry with you. So say it to your wife, to a friend, to your doctor, or to the Lord who, as it happens, is already awake. You were never meant to keep the watch alone. Cedar Valley News has a group on Facebook. If you have something to add, you are welcome there. Tell us about a father who carried more than he let on, or about the question you mean to ask this Sunday. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Dan Larson, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the medical findings spoken of here is real and drawn from published research. Roughly 1 in 10 new fathers experiences depression in the first year of a child's life.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.